Hey, Brody.
Hey, Zach.
So, you watched that night's game?
1 second. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, really? Okay. So, tonight's night's game. Wow, what a roller coaster of emotions that was. There were some highs, up 3-0 in the first 6 minutes. Then there were some lows, tied in the next 6 minutes. I mean, that was just all over the place, up and down. My heart was racing. I'm pretty sure, Brody, you almost had a heart attack like 15
I actually
times.
aged 75 years. I am an old man. I have seen the future. I'm going to die young, and it's going to be the Knight's fault.
We're going to need to pull up your heart rate for this one, and we're going to need to look at how insane that graph is. This game was a good one. Like, this is playoff hockey that I want to watch. It's just...
Yeah, dude.
It's so stressful, and it's so hype, and it's so... Yes!
We don't often get a chance to sit down and watch a game together. You were watching this game with me. I was like, the fact that I still have fingernails is incredible.
Yeah. Okay,
anyway,
so
let's get into it.
Let's break down this game. We got to dive into this. There's a lot to talk about. So we're going to talk about the shots on goal. 23 shots on goal for us, 37 shots on goal for them. About equal in the first, dead equal in the second. But in the third, we had 4 shots on goal. They had 15, except the one exception, we scored 25% of our shots on goal in the third.
Let's go. Dude, okay, so what went well here? We played the first 2 periods the way that we were supposed to, and we put ourselves up on top in those first 2 periods. Obviously, you'd like to change the second half of the first period. Maybe don't take so many penalties, but we played those periods. We were shooting. We were putting shots on Dell and Jones. And good things happen when you put shots on net. Fleury playing out of his mind. Defenders playing out of their mind. Penalty killers playing out of their mind. Everybody was out there for a win
tonight. The number of shots on goal that Fleury stopped this game was just insane. Like, just Fleury's my MVP. Always. I love Fleury. That man is a saint.
And not just shots on goal. Like, scrambles in front of the net. He was putting everything out there to keep a puck out of the net.
So let's talk about the penalty game.
Please, just stay out of the box. Please.
Penalties. So
stay out of the box.
To really talk about these penalties, we had 3 power plays, and they had 8. Now let's talk about the penalties in minutes. 22 penalties in minutes for the Knights, and 12 for the Sharks. We were in that box for a third of this game. Like,
and a lot of the guys who were in the box were defensemen, the people you don't want to send to the box. You only have 6 of them. You don't want to lose defensemen into the box. Like, dude.
So much of what went wrong in the first was purely the power play, just the penalty kills.
People getting thrown in the box. All of our 3 goals in the first period were scored before we took a penalty, and then momentum shifted when we took penalties. Just you know what? I just lied to you. No, we scored a shorthanded goal after coming back from a 5-on-3.
We scored 2 shorthanded goals.
Well, we scored the one shorthanded goal that was to put us up 3-0. No. That was the second goal. That was the Miller goal. What, to put us up 2-0, coming off of a 5-on-3. 5-on-3 for a minute. A minute.
And to talk about that, our penalty kill there, that 5-on-3 for a full minute of 5-on-3, they got 1 shot on goal, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but like, that's like
fucking
amazing.
Braden McFlurry and Marc-Andre McNabb working together as the goaltending tandem kept shots out during that. Holy shit, dude!
It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our goals. 1 minute in, Cody Eakin putting in the first goal. That's hot.
That's hot. So basically, Pacioretty. Great chance, rebound, back behind the goal. Eakin gets open in the slot. Pacioretty, pass from behind the net, straight to Eakin. Less than a minute in, boom! Dynamite, something, anything. Holy shit.
It was just
Dude,
amazing.
I was screaming already. I was so in.
And then the shorthanded goal, we were just talking about it. We had 2 boys in the box. We were down 5-3 for a full minute. The moment we get our boy Colin Miller back in, he just takes that puck and just runs it in like it's nothing.
Nothing at all. Yeah, no. So it sort of like squirts open a little bit in our slot. Miller comes racing in with all the speed of a sick cobra with diarrhea being launched by its diarrhea. I don't know, dude. He comes in with speed, is what I'm saying.
Are you saying he like screamed speed boost and like?
Yes, he screamed speed boost and stuck his hands behind him like a ninja running, picked up that puck, shoots down the ice, boom, shorthanded goal. But please, stay out of the box.
Yeah, but only a couple minutes later, our third goal, putting us up 3-0 at the start of this game, Pacioretty.
Stastny is the guy here. He breaks up a pass going from the Sharks' end to the neutral zone, breaks it up, and then manages to get back on side. Pacioretty with speed in great shot, beats Jones, and then chases him from the game. Jones is out of here. Dell is in.
And so we get to the back half of the first. The rest of the first, there's like all these just more penalties. It's insane, and then everything goes wrong. So we're back down again. It's 4-on-4 with 3 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Couture scores. And it's so infuriating because normally when a power play goal is scored, the power play is over. You're back
the guy's
to
out of
full
the
strength.
box.
But because it was 4-on-4 and there was 3 seconds left, the power play continues on.
Yep, and then they end up scoring on that one. And that was the power play, or that was the penalty to Miller for the weakest cross-check that I've ever seen in my freaking life. This is the playoffs. That'd be like it maybe might not have been called in the regular. It's the playoffs. Murder is almost illegal. You don't call that, and then especially that those refs are lucky that we'll talk about the goaltender interference later. They're lucky that something like that came up to redeem them, because I was if I could explode them with my mind, they would have been exploded.
Well, then after that, a couple minutes later, the Sharks tie it up right before the end of the first, and it's just, oh man,
dude, you gotta admire the tip on this one. Holy shit, what the puck luck, the tip, holy crap, dude, just amazing. You sometimes you just have to take a step back and clap, because that was a good tip.
So that brings us to the end of the roller coaster ride that is the first. Just storming out there and just dominating the ice for the first half, and then just losing all momentum, and the Sharks take all momentum for the second half. What was our overall performance? What could we have done to have prevented some of this?
What do you think we could have done to prevent
stay
this?
out of the box, my boys.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with stay out of the box. Play the game 5-on-5. Because do you know that we outscore them 5-on-5? Both games? So last game, there were 2 5-on-5 goals scored, 1 for each team. This game, they scored 1 5-on-5, and we scored 3 5-on-5. I think 2 or 3.
Well, okay. Well, to be fair, some of them we scored were
Eakin and Pacioretty.
Some of them we scored were 5-on-4. And we had the 4.
Eakin and Patrick, we scored 2 5-on-5. So if you take away all of the goals that were scored with people in the box, we win the game. And if you take away all the goals that were scored with people in the box from the previous game, it's a tied game. It goes to overtime. Please just play 5-on-5 hockey, please.
So it's time to discuss the controversy that was this goaltender interference right at the start of the second. So the Sharks put in a goal, but before it. Right as it happens, the refs call goaltender interference, take the goal back. Knights go on the power play and end up scoring. But let's talk about this goaltender interference first.
Okay, so to be intellectually honest, I said this to you at the time. Didn't look like goaltender interference to me.
Yeah,
we got lucky.
You kept that opinion up. We got almost all.
We got double lucky because they were calling the penalty first is the reason that it couldn't be reviewed. They said a penalty happened first, so there isn't a shot on goal, and then so you can't review that because the penalty called blew the play dead, so there was never a goal in the first place. So that was the reason that couldn't be reviewed. I think if that gets reviewed, it's a little bit closer to 50-50 because later we saw an overhead view where to me it seems pretty clear that Couture is the one who initiates the contact no matter what any Sharks fans are going to say.
Yeah, we found an overhead clip Like,
Yeah.
if you guys can find this overhead clip too, that would be great. Because there's this overhead clip where it actually does, show it fairly clearly, and it's really hard to argue against it. I mean, I was watching the clip from the game itself. It definitely did not look like goaltender interference at all, but this overhead clip really told a different story.
Yeah, and then from there, being in the crease doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to the rules. So I think the goaltender interference rule is like super in the crosshairs to be changed. It probably should be. I think the Sharks probably should have a chance to review that one. I think there's a lot of things for the health of the game that would probably be better overall if that doesn't happen. But I don't care. They don't get a goal. We get a power play. Guess what happens on the power play? Mark fucking Stone. That's all.
That's it. Mark Stone brings it in, and it's just hot. And that brings us into the end of the second. The second was still, it was nowhere near as heavy of a penalty period. Like, I mean, we had two penalties against us, and they had one penalty obviously against them that we scored on. But this was the smallest period in penalties. What was your overall review of this period?
It was better. I think we played a lot better. I think I think the fact that the only goal was scored on the power play is sort of not indicative of how our play was overall. I think we played just as well as we did in the first period, and I think we played obviously better because they didn't score 3 goals on us. So I will take it.
So to talk about the third now, this goal was literally our first shot on goal in the period. It was 7 minutes in, and it was our first shot that we had, and we scored on it.
Yep. Carlson. So this is pass god Smith. So Smith going after a puck. Carlson sees that he's going to get there first, so Smith has a chance to get it up to him. Carlson is breaking for the zone. Smith just threads it through Burns straight to Carlson. Carlson with speed on goal waits out Dell. Like, rewatching, I'm like, oh, he shoots there. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't shoot there. He shoots there. Oh, no, he doesn't shoot there either. Oh, there he shoots. Okay. The patience with the speed, he makes it look easy. It's not easy. High skill.
It's a rare thing to see a shorthanded goal, but then to see 2 in one game in a playoff
2 in one game in the postseason.
Like, wow. That's incredible. And
very incredible.
One thing to note, there was a big brawl at the end of the game. I mean, there was a big enough brawl that even though the game was over, they still called roughing on Derek England and Evander Kane and Timo Meyer and all sorts of people.
Every single one of these games is going to end like that. I guarantee it, except for the last one. Every game except for the last game is going to end exactly like that. And if you get more calls like we've gotten in the first game and in the second game, dude, like the goal, honestly, the NHL just needs to like trade refs with another like I don't think the players have respect for these guys. I think we need to switch out a little bit here. Just, let's pull a little trade here with somebody else and somebody with less controversy. I haven't been paying as much attention to the other games. I'm sure every playoff series has controversy with refs, but come on, let's pull a little switcheroo here. Come on.
So tonight the Golden Knights win their second game. We're now going home for the next one. This is really exciting. I think the general overview, the consensus we've reached today is the number one thing we can do better is less time in the box. That is what we need to do. So here we go. I'm going to challenge you. Lightning round. I want to hit all the other games that were played in between this and the last night's game. Go.
Best team in the league. I'm gonna cover tonight's game first. Best team in the league, Tampa Bay Lightning, go in against the Columbus Blue Jackets, who had an incredible comeback last game. This game, the Lightning got their shit kicked in. 5-1 Blue Jackets.
Well done.
Back-to-back Stanley Cup champions who were beaten out last year by whatever. Who gives a shit? It's the Penguins and the Islanders. Penguins, really good team, getting kind of old. Their window's closing. Islanders, worst team in the league last year. Much better this year. Islanders win again. 3-1. Islanders are up 2-0 in that series. Columbus is up 2-0 in the previous series. Jets, Blues, St. Louis, Winnipeg. In Winnipeg, no less. Going in. this is a super entertaining series. Honestly, go watch the highlights from this series. These teams are going at it. They're playing hard. They're playing well. Goaltending is there. Jordan Binnington, a rookie, first season in the NHL, making it look easy in the postseason. Blues win that game as well, 4-3. That's going to be a 2-0 lead for St. Louis. Going home now. So yesterday, Toronto, Boston, the premier first round rivalry, if you don't count the rivalry between the Knights and the Sharks here. These two teams have seen each other several times in the postseason. They're in Boston to begin. They play again tomorrow. Yesterday, Toronto takes the lead in that series, 1-0. In convincing fashion. Boston played about as bad as the Knights did yesterday, on 2 days ago. Boston played really badly yesterday, so I expect to see them come out hard tomorrow. Carolina, Washington. Washington wins. Who gives a shit? Colorado, Calgary. Calgary wins. Who gives a shit?
Are those last two expected?
Yes.
Okay.
This postseason is maximum chaos. Columbus is up 2-0 in a series against Tampa Bay. Toronto wins their first game against Boston. The Blues are winning against Winnipeg, a team favored to win a cup this year. The Islanders, a team so bad defensively, last season they had the worst goals against in the league. Coming in this season, best goals against in the league. This is maximum chaos.
And the craziest part is the fact that the Knights aren't going to 4-0 the Sharks. They're gonna 4-1 the Sharks.
That is indeed the craziest part of this whole scenario. That is the maximum chaos that is going on in the world right now.
This has been your VGK recap. We will see you
This
guys
has been your
at
maximum chaos
game,
recap.
The next game on Sunday, the 14th. We're excited. It's going to be at home. It's going to be hype. There are weddings happening outside of the T-Mobile Arena. It's time. Find your partners. Renew your vows. Have a party. We'll see you guys next time.
Zach.
Yeah.
Will you marry me?